Hey you guys, in this video I am going to be simply tapping and scratching on this thick plastic stool cover. The plastic is tightly pulled and like these little kind of like circular beads you see at the bottom are like push pins that are holding in the plastic, and so they give some really nice ridges on the side here as you scratch along where the plastic is pulled and pinned down over the fabric. This is the talking version, obviously, of this video. There is a no talking version as well. So this is a stool from one of the rooms in my Airbnb. I am still in Egypt and I am planning on staying here longer. I've shared with you guys that I first initially came just as a tourist on a tourist visa, and was able to get a 6-month residency card, I should say. And that was not what I expected when I came, but I loved it, and I've been very happy to get connected here and settled in, and hope to stay as long as I can. I'll keep you guys updated. But you've continued to ask questions here and there about how long I'll stay, so I wanted to share that with you. So this is a very traditionally Egyptian piece you'd find in like a living room, office. And the fact that it's covered with plastic, I have to say, is a bit traditionally Egyptian as well. It keeps the fabric nice and clean. But I love the sounds of this type of thick plastic, and the fact that it's pulled quite tightly. Really helps to give some nice sounds you can hear right now. The way that my fingers are kind of like stuck to the plastic a bit as you lift off, you hear that sound. I want to know if you perhaps grew up in a Middle Eastern home and possibly had any furniture wrapped in plastic. Please tell me in the comments below if this was your experience. So I grew up in the US, and 2 of my best friends were Middle Eastern, and they were cousins, and we were together all the time. And both of their homes had a room with couches that were for when guests came over, but the couches had plastic covering them. So we always had this joke with their parents, and there's actually a really funny YouTube channel that has a series called Middle Eastern Parents, and there's like a whole video on furniture being covered with plastic. And then I married into a Middle Eastern family, an Egyptian family, so there weren't any couches covered with plastic there in the family members' homes that I can think of. But when some of the younger people in the family could remember that as kids, their furniture was still covered in plastic. So when I first saw the beautiful furniture in this Airbnb, I did not realise that those kind of beads at the bottom were like push pins. I thought it was just part of the design and style, which of course it is that also. But one day, one of the chairs I was sitting on, I must have knocked to the side or something, and one of those popped out, and I was like, oh, it's a pin. It's holding the plastic in. So it's both practical, functional, and aesthetically pleasing to the eye. I will be moving from this Airbnb to another place. I don't know where yet, actually, fairly soon. And if I have time before moving to the new place, I would love to do a longer video on this. I don't know, the sounds are just so good. You guys seem to have liked the no talking version, so maybe I can get you a longer version of this. So nice like that. So it's kind of like a sage, like a light sage colour with some kind of gold squiggly lines across it. The fabric and the direction the sage fabric is going is perpendicular to the squiggly gold lines. And then it's kind of like a brass colour here of the pins going around the stool, and then the legs there are wood. There are stores here in Egypt that are for, like, I don't know the correct term, but when the cushion on your chair or couch has gone bad, been used too long, you can go and have them redo that for you and restuff it. And so there's little kind of stores for that here. They're like these really tiny, it's a tiny little store usually, and you can just see all the what's it called, like the foam, the batting, I can't think of the term, but all the material that goes inside. There's kind of like stacked along the walls, and there's like one or two people that are just kind of sitting in front of the shop, ready for any customer to come. Okay, you guys, so you've reached the end of the video with me. If you've gotten to this point, go ahead and put the emoji of that like arm with the cell phone in it. It's just an arm with a cell phone, and I'll know you're with me to the end. Okay, thank you guys. See you next time. Bye.